test? Okay, perfect. All right, everyone, we are going to start our media availabilities here at Iowa Speedway. We're now joined by John Hunter Nemechek. If you have a question for John Hunter, please raise your hand and we will get a mic to you. Who wants to kick us off here?
Easy group.
Okay, we'll go with Dustin here in the front.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. You walk the track. Obviously, you haven't been out on there, but it's really, I mean, it stands out how it looks so much different from last year. What might that be like? And also, I guess there's a little bit of a new strip off of turn 2. I'm guessing everybody's going to try to run on that and fight for that 6, 8, 10 feet of space.
Yeah, I definitely think everyone's going to be fighting for that just from a grip standpoint. The color of the new asphalt has changed drastically since last year, right? It's super light compared to how dark it was last year. It's going to be really interesting to see the grip level for us as we get out there today. The asphalt with your shoes, the shoe test, still seems like it has way more grip than the old asphalt does, right? But it'll be interesting to see how gripped up it actually is. With a new tire here, it's going to be a lot of unknowns for us, right? I know that they tested here, had a tire test here, had a wheel force test here. So there is data on that tire, but still a lot of unknowns going into this weekend with fall off and how slick it's going to get and how tires are going to wear and things of that sort. So definitely a lot of differences from last year.
And it's not new in the sense that there's some unknowns going into races. You guys are used to that. But give me a sense of the process. Obviously, you're going to go out there, you'll jam it in, floor it, get a sense of what it feels like. Once you get that feel, what's the process in trying to figure out how to get the car right for tomorrow in the sense of what you're trying to do in practice qualifying and what you might try to do Saturday night in what you can do?
Yeah, it's that's difficult, right? Because it's a 20-minute practice session or a 25-minute practice session with impound rules. So you kind of got what you got. You can change heights and load on the springs and wedge and things of that sort. But as far as actually changing spring shocks, things of that, you can't do that. So hopefully all of our guesswork on the simulator this week and everything that went into the prep side kind of pans out for us. I feel like we've definitely got our correlation way closer than it has been in the past 6 to 8 months. I feel like we're making strides at Legacy Motor Club as well on car speed and grip and things of that sort for Eric and I. So I think with having to prep, right, hopefully we go P1 on the board and we're really fast, right? But if not, it's definitely going to be sitting down and studying SMT data, figuring out where your speed is lacking on a speed trace. Why can't I pick the throttle up 50 feet sooner? Why am I using more brake? Things of that sort from a car handling characteristic to try and pinpoint your biggest problem and try and fix that going into Sunday. But I think it's who knows how the tire is going to race, right? Like you said, there's a lot of unknowns every week when you go to it, but whoever can maximize their race and have the best strategy and have track position all day and things of that sort, I think is going to become victorious. Last year was a huge track position race, so hopefully with the asphalt wearing some and the new tire compound, hopefully it'll be easier for us to move around and pass.
We're going to stay on your right here, John Hunter.
Ryan Kemp, the racing experts. Now that you've been through the in-season challenge, what are your final thoughts and any feedback on it?
I'm mad I didn't win it. I think overall, I think it was a really great experience, to be honest with you. Props to TNT and NASCAR and everyone that came up with the idea and made it possible. It was really fun to be a part of. I think it was great from a fan perspective. I think for some of us, when you didn't have a chance to win the race, obviously you want to get the best finish that you can, right? But at Dover, Ty Dillon and we didn't have the best cars all day, and we kept trading it off, and we knew that we were racing them, right? So it gives you something to race for when you're running 20th that day or 15th that day or whatever it may be. I think from the trash talking and things on social media and the content capture, that was a lot of fun for me. I think you saw a lot of different personalities come out through that, a lot of engagement through that you normally wouldn't see on a weekly basis unless you were racing for something like that. So I know we definitely gained some fans. I know Ty Dillon gained some fans for making it all the way to the final round. So props to everyone that made it happen, and thank you to them for making it happen. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction for our sport.
Going to go over to your left, John Hunter.
Well, WatsonFrenchStretch.com. To follow up on that, do you think that the in-season challenge should come back for 2026?
For sure. I think it should be a thing, kind of like March Madness is. The bracket challenge is really, really neat. I think it's awesome that fans get to fill out brackets, that we get to fill out brackets even if we wanted to, right? Not from the betting side of things, but just filling out to see who advances and things of that sort. So it's definitely a lot of fun to be a part of, and I'm really hoping that they bring it back.
Should they kind of mix up what tracks host that event next year?
I think so. I think it would be neat to have different racetracks every year, kind of like the championship race. Like one of my thoughts on that is to change venues every year, to keep going back to different places and ultimately just having a really good time.
Thank you. Stay in the back, the MR in there, and then we'll come up front.
Hey, how are you? Nice
Good.
shirt. Like the
How are
short.
you?
Like the shorts.
Hey, thanks. I like the blue shirt.
Thank you. But it's not uncommon what you see us in, right?
Yeah.
Hey, milestone for you, either this weekend or next week. You're approaching. This is the 100th start for you.
This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah. I'm
Pretty
getting old.
Pretty significant milestone.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts going through as you hit that mark now?
It's really neat. So I don't know how many starts I have in the next gen car now. I want to say it's close to 60 or something like that. Pockrass probably knows the exact number off the top of his head. But for me, approaching 100 starts in the Cup Series, right? As a kid growing up, watching my dad race in the Cup Series and growing up at the racetrack, being in the Cup Series, not just being in the Cup Series, but competing at a super high level, contending for top 10s, top 5s, trying to go for race wins and hopefully eventually championships is something that I've always dreamed of. So to be kind of going to that 100 start milestone has been really neat for me. It's been a good week, and what better place to do it than Iowa? I'm excited to get on track here. This place has been pretty good to me in the Truck Series and Xfinity Series, and hopefully the Cup Series this year.
We'll stay up in the front, and then we'll go to Bob.
John Hunter, Philip Jones here again from the Des Moines Register. It was great seeing you on the track walk.
Yeah, you too.
You know, just picking up what we were talking about out there, you know, what do you think should be done with the track as it ages? Do you think that more of the track should be repaved, or do you think it should be repaved all the way up to the corner?
I don't have too many thoughts on that, to be honest with you. I liked the old surface. Running trucks and Xfinity cars here was really fun for me. I don't think that you'll see it kind of get past lane 2 right this weekend, just with the new asphalt and how much grip it has compared to the old asphalt, which is still yet to be determined for us. But when it was the old asphalt without the corners repaved, you could move all the way up to the fence. We would come here in the Truck Series, and I won it on a restart by making it 3 wide on the top in turn 1 and 2. So places that you can move around and adjust your car handling and the driver can make a big difference are places that I like. I think that as this asphalt ages, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how we're able to move around and race and pass and things of that sort. So I say let it keep aging, whatever we can do to speed up that process.
Thanks. Yep. We'll go up here to Bob next, and John Hunter, our stats guru in the back, Ray, has said that you have made 60 starts in the next gen car.
There you go. So 60-40. It's not too bad.
There you go.
Bob Pockrass, Fox Sports. You need a win to make the playoffs. How close are you to a win?
Well, I had the fastest car last weekend, and you picked me, and I didn't win. So, no, I drove it in the fence in qualifying and had to start in the back. So, I definitely think that we are getting closer, Bob, to be honest with you. The last 8 or 9 months at Legacy Motor Club, from the personnel changes, the process changes, the procedural changes, the whole culture in the shop has completely changed. Jimmy becoming majority owner, being involved on a day-to-day aspect. He's here full-time again now as of a couple weeks ago, so he's been in the shop every day. It's been really neat to be able to have him here and in our corner. And here in person, let's say, right? He did a great job when he was overseas and living in London and things of that sort. But to have him here in person and to create a closer relationship with him and a closer bond is not only for myself, but everyone that works at Legacy Motor Club has definitely helped things. So I think we're getting closer. I know that we have 4 weeks, 5 weeks. What is it, Bob? 4 weeks? 4 weeks left to win before the playoffs start. But overall, even if we don't make the playoffs this year, I would say that this year has been a success for us. From last year running 30th or 35th every week to running consistently in the top 20 almost every week, having speed, showing up with speed, being able to execute races, finishing in the top 10 a lot this year has definitely been good for us. So it's brick by brick, we're building from the ground up, and I definitely think that we are getting way closer to that win. So there's some really good racetracks coming up for me. I like Iowa, I like Watkins Glen. We all got to figure out how to beat SVG there next week. And then Richmond and Daytona. The fall race at Daytona last year, we led a bunch of laps, had a shot to win it before I went Tokyo Drift style through the infield. So looking forward to getting back there, but Richmond is one that I have circled as well. So there's definitely a few racetracks coming up before the playoffs start that I'm really excited for.
Any final questions for John Hunter? Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
I mean, you can always say that people should work hard no matter what, but do you feel like Jimmy's presence makes people either work harder or be more detailed in what they're doing?
I don't necessarily think that it makes them more detailed, to be honest with you. I think, if anything, the way that he has shared his vision for the company and the way that he has helped change the culture in the shop has made the biggest impact, right? I think him being around on a day-to-day aspect is more culture-driven than necessarily like everyone working harder, right? I wouldn't say that everyone's just going to step up their game and work harder just because he's there. But I think the way that he's kind of shaped his vision and his dream of his Legacy 2.0, right, of being a team owner, and the culture change has been probably the biggest impact for us as a team. The personnel that we continue to hire, the changes that we're making internally, all the department heads, everyone is bought in at this point, right? Everyone is bought into what Jimmy wants to do and how we're going to achieve that. And I definitely think it's shown here over the last little bit.
All right, John Hunter, thank you very much. Cool. Best of luck this
Thanks,
weekend.
Appreciate it.